Till in the 80s, the drinking age was raised from 18 to 21 nationally because Reagan passed a bill in 1984 that required states to raise their drinking age to 21. They don't have to make it 21 per se, but if they chose to opt out, they would simply be ineligible for federal highway funding. People just drove from PA to New Jersey to drink. Mad. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers pushed for this. The politicians responded if they wanted to be re-elected. Wyoming was one of the last holdouts. In my high school, kids would drive across the border on their 18th birthday and drive back with beer for their party. Importantly, you were still old enough to be sent to war. The president can't pass a bill. He can encourage Congress to pass a bill that he then signs into law, but he does not have the power to make laws by himself. Thank goodness. That was the first time in my lifetime that the federal government extorted the states. Louisiana held out the longest, as I recall. As someone born in the 90s, I always thought the drinking age had been 21 for a long time already. Still throws me off when I remember it was only a decade earlier when it was raised. And when I watch that 70s show, drinking age is crazy in the USA compared to most European countries. For example, in Belgium, drinking age is 16 for beer and wine and 18 for liquor. And it isn't really a drinking age, but more of a serving age. Drinking alcohol as a youngster isn't punishable, serving alcohol to a minor is. Congress passes bills. Reagan signed it? Well, it's a 10% cut to federal highway funding in the state. Still a shitty way to compel a state to do something, but it's not just a full blanket repeal of funding. Democrats controlled the House. This wasn't Reagan but was actually a bipartisan effort. Let's back the fuck away from the emperor president acts alone mindset immediately, shall we? What was the purpose? If the government believes you're old enough to handle a firearm under the stress of a firefight with shrapnel and bullets flying towards you at all angles, then you should damn sure be able to handle a beer to celebrate surviving that shit. My opinion personally is either raise the age to go to the military to 21 or bring back down the age to drink. I remember being stationed in Colorado and being able to buy 2 beer. Man, that seems like a long time ago. Can drive at 16, buy guns at 18 but can't drink until 21. Weird country. Reagan passed a bill without Congress? Damn, that was impressive. All by himself. Wow. What is it they say in Spain? We have alcoholics, but we don't have drunks. I think raising the age may have been a mistake. The drinking age was 19 in Texas before that went into effect. It sucked for everybody that was senior in high school and just about to hit that milestone. When my father was 20, the government, in Alberta, Canada, changed the drinking age from 21 to 18. He tells me it was a pretty fun party night at the bars. How hard is it to reverse this bill? The entire thing just made American youth more crazy about it cause it's forbidden p. I was well over 21 in 1984. The reason it was done is because, as I recall, there was a large spike in alcohol-related traffic accidents and deaths involving 18 to 21-year-olds. The drinking age in many states had been lowered specifically because of the reasonable sentiment that if you are old enough to be sent to war, you are old enough to drink. That and the voting age was lowered to 18 plus, which gave 18-year-olds more political leverage. Not that you could convince me that most bother to vote. I am not, was not, a fan of Reagan's tenure in office. However, this wasn't done to spite anyone, it was done for the health and safety of the nation. The only way the federal government had to persuade states to raise the drinking age was via the purse strings. Constitutionally, the feds had no other power to do this. Like so many things in life, what seems the right way to do something goes on to become the wrong way to do things. In the U.S., the reason young people, and 18 to 21-year-olds specifically, are so stupid about their drinking is because of laws that prohibit minors from drinking alcohol. Even parents are not allowed, legally, to let their minor children to drink wine or beer at the dinner table. No one teaches or shows teenagers how, when, and what to drink. No one lets teenagers learn the ins and outs of getting drunk. They are simply not allowed to learn. So gross ignorance plays a large role. Add to that the pernicious marketing by the liquor industry that promotes drinking to get drunk, particularly among younger, more socially active people. RIP 10th Amendment. Reagan didn't pass the bill. Congress passed the bill and Reagan signed it. It was wonderful. Indiana was 21, Michigan, college at 18, was 18. I turned 21 in 82. Was able to become alcoholic at the earliest possible age and stay that way. And yet doing the same thing to expand Medicaid was ruled unconstitutional, because we're a nation that values freedom. This was also influenced by the Grand Karen, the wife of Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan. Backwoods dim-witted prissy prude. Meanwhile it's 19 in Canada because the argument was made that if at 19 we were okay with you working full-time in a factory, okay with you getting married, and having kids, okay with you going to war and dying, then we should be okay with you having a beer. Son, get ready for war, you're being drafted. But Pop, I can't even buy a beer, how am I going to shoot guns at people? America, instead of teaching children to drink responsibly, let's kick the can down the road and sigh and shake our heads when a new drinker makes a mistake and dies. It took Congress and Reagan to pass the bill. And Congress wrote the bill. New York's drinking age was 19. I was legal for a year, then it went to 21 when I was 20. I was back to being not legal for a year, because you didn't get grandfathered in. Cool. This title is worded terribly though. They did it to tobacco too now in December. Now I can't buy CBD legally to help with my anxiety. The president can't make laws, they can only sign and approve them, so blame the whore, House of Representatives, though the president has a role in it. They should make the age to enlist 21. I'm insulted they did this and not grandfathered me. I'm 20. That really pissed me off when it changed when I was in high school. I was 18 my freshman year in college, didn't drink, and was really into music. I couldn't go to bars and see groups because I wasn't 21. I wonder if a smaller state could collect enough in taxes as a destination for teens to drink to make it worth losing the highway funding. A violation of states' rights? It's basically extortion. Vermont, New Hampshire and Maine get the lowest amount of funding of all 50 states, except maybe Hawaii. There is a push in VT every year to lower the age to 18 again. You could make the revenue off taxing college kids and out-of-state people from Mass and New York easy. Highway funding has been used as a way for the federal government to coerce states into following orders for a long time. Really worked out well for the highways. Reagan did enormous long-term damage to America. He was a shitty president.